legendary battle from Power Rangers Super Megafarts if you're like a hardcore Power Rangers fan. And that thing was a massive letdown. I used to love that thing when I was younger. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, so many Power Rangers are off screen fighting together. Yay! I rewatched it like after I graduated, like 4th grade. I'm like, this thing is mid and disappointing. And so today, I'm going to tell y'all why this thing failed. But we need to do some background information on this thing, so let's get that out of the way. So, there were only 2 anniversaries at the time this came out. That being the 10-year anniversary, Forever Red, which, overall, a really great episode. Like, brought back almost every Red Ranger, minus Rocky, and didn't bring back Arco's actual actor. Arco was there, but not his actual actor. And great storytelling, great references, overall great episode. Disney, however, kind of held it back, so it's not like my favorite Power Rangers episode. I actually don't have a favorite Power Rangers episode. Like, don't get me wrong, I am a Power Rangers fan, but I don't necessarily have a favorite episode, so anyway, I'll get what I'm saying. And at the 15th anniversary, they had Once a Ranger, which brought back, like, 4 Rangers from the past Disney era seasons and had Adam from Mighty Morphin. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, like, Power Rangers took elements of what Sentai did, mostly for the Operation Overdrive crossover. Wild Force, it's not really an adaptation of Gao Ranger versus Super Sentai. Like, sure, Gao Ranger had a roll call of all the Red Rangers, but it's not like the Red Rangers fought together. They didn't do that. Ranger versus Super Sentai, it's pretty much influenced Once a Ranger having the same teams, but they only really had the Blue Ranger from Ninja Storm. They replaced Abare Black with Dino Thunder Yellow, the Deca Break with SPD Red, and Yellow and Gold Magi Rangers with Mystic Force Green, and threw Adam from Mighty Morphin in there. That's pretty much what happened. Now, Gokaiger, that's a whole long, wide anniversary. Like, it was to celebrate the 35th anniversary all year long. It had so many cameos, and the Rangers can transform into past Super Sentai teams. But the most iconic moment from that series was the Legend War from the first episode, which saw every single Sentai team fighting together, sacrificing their powers. More of this fight was shown in the Gokaiger vs. Gokaiger movie, and that had a whole Megazord battle. Or mecha, I should say. And as soon as people saw that, they were like, Power Rangers, you gotta touch this. And yeah. And then we did the whole Super Season stuff, which people thought we'd have to wait till 2015 to do it. But they adapted Gokaiger and Gokaiger into one season. Or they just wanted to skip Gokaiger. Like, I don't think they were originally going to touch it. Like, I know, like, Kara mentioned this in his reviews. But he's not wrong. Like, it feels like they were going to skip Gokaiger originally. And only, like, probably do the Legend War from that thing. Yeah. Now, the one problem with adapting the Legend War, there's gonna be a whole lot of non-Ranger teams that weren't adapted. Like, we're gonna be seeing all the pre-G Ranger teams. Like, one teaser had, like, the Ryu Ranger from Die Ranger. So, yeah, in Japan, they didn't even film anything new. Like, they didn't, and by that, I mean, like, there was hope. I think Saban wanted them to, like, just, can you just refilm the Legend more, but with just the Mighty Morphin Rangers and to Samurai, like, all the Rangers we adapted in America. We'll even give you the Titanium Ranger suit. I doubt they did that, but you know. They didn't, so it's not like the pre-Jew. Like, it's not like Jew 2. So, yeah. So, y'all remember how I mentioned, like, people thought, oh man, we're gonna have to wait until 2019 to see anything from the Legend War. Well, no. So, as usual, series would get a teaser showing, like, new powers, new Zords. But at the end of the trailer, it showed the biggest thing ever that broke the internet for Power Rangers. They showed the Legend War. Yeah, you can tell back then the people were like, oh my god, yes, they're finally gonna do it. I don't care if they're Sentai Rangers, they're probably gonna edit them out, but all I care is that they're finally doing it, yay! Like, people were just going wild just seeing all those Power Rangers fighting together, and heck, I bet that was how people were in Japan, like, when they first saw Legend War. Over in Japan, they were like, ooh, all the Super Sentai are fighting together, let's go, this is cool, this reminds me of the old days, like, this reminds me of Super Sentai world. Woo. Yeah, but again, big problem with that, if you were to adapt that, there'd be a lot of Sentai Rangers. Again, some would have to be shown, like, maybe in background, or just try and find great shots that just don't show a lot of the Sentai Rangers. I think that's pretty much what they did. But little did those people know, they'd be let down a whole lot. We didn't even get much build up to the Legend War outside of, like, dreams from Troy. Which I'll talk about the dreams more in a second, but yeah, I'm just rambling on, so all this Sentai footage I'm using right here could just be used up, kind of like how they didn't suck on Megafart. But yeah, again, they'd have to try really, and I mean really hard to make sure, like, we can't have a Sentai Ranger show, and it'll be confusing. And you gotta be sure for duplicate Rangers, what I mean by that, Rangers who have had more than one color. Like, take Jason, for example. Like, it's pretty easy for him. He's Mighty Morphin Red, and he can't really handle the gold Zeo powers. If you saw Zeo, like, he would be destroyed if he held on to them for too long. So, they were given back to the original owner. So, that you could just do. And, I have a perfect headcanon for all the Tommy Oliver forms, which I'll talk about in, like, a commentary video, like, for my edit of the Legend War, which I'll talk more about later. Anyway, yeah, that's it for how the fans reacted to the Legend War. They were like, let's go, we're getting it, yay! So, yeah, the first episode of Megafart showed the footage of the Legend War, and I bet people were like, that's one is early? Yay! Let's go! But in reality, it was just a dream. And we don't even get the Legend War in an episode that takes place after Mega Mission, really. In Megaforce, that is. Like, we literally just get more dreams. Why does he have the dreams? I don't know, because they're trying to do fan service. Oh, and by the way, this was the only original shot, the one I'm showing right here. Because they haven't even filmed it when these dreams were happening. Like, that's why it was all Sentai footage. And there were a bunch of leaked behind-the-scenes photos. Like, there were shots of Ranger helmets, certain Ranger suits, and even certain weapons. So, yeah, it was really crazy. And now we have to get to the returning Ranger speculations. So we already know about the Rangers who did return, the ones on screen, but there were a lot of other rumors of who would return. Like, Walter Jones was rumored to return because of a photo that he was hanging out with, like, the guy in New Zealand. And Power Rangers in New Zealand. Ho ho ho, very interesting. Well, it was at the time, and they stopped filming in New Zealand now. But didn't happen. As a matter of fact, he actually made an apology saying, guys, I'm not coming back. Christopher Lee, the In-Space Red Ranger. He was holding some sort of, like, megaforce Ranger card. Kind of, like, making people think, oh, is he coming back? Which, no, he didn't. He could have just been doing that thing for occasion. And Roger Velasco, the In-Space Black Ranger, as well as the Green Turbo Ranger, even said, Black is back. It's where it's at. Hate to break it to you, but there was no confirmation, and you did not show up. No offense to the actors. If I say something like that, I am not trying to offend any actor at all. I'm just saying. He did not show up. I wish he did. It would have been nice to see him again. Samuel Benta, I think that's how you say his name, the guy who played the Black Operation Overdrive Ranger, said something like, a certain show has requested that I come back. What could it be? He did not come back. And I'm disappointed at that. I would have liked to have seen some Operation Overdrive representation. Didn't happen, though. Overdrive's kind of a little underrated. It's not good, but it's okay. Blake Foster, the original Blue Turbo Ranger, was actually in New Zealand, but I think he actually got uninvited. Like, he was on MMPR Toys, that YouTube channel from Bruno and Mia. If you are a Power Rangers fan and you know him, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm going insane! But pretty much, like, he was doing that to get ready for the show. But he didn't even come back. I think they might have invited him. And apparently they were looking for, like, Austin St. John, the original Red Power Ranger. I mean, he returned to Forever Red, but maybe he was still in war for, like, his military contract. Like, he had a military contract, I think. Ooh, he's getting into some crazy stuff. I think I heard something saying he declined, like, he didn't want to be a part of it, which, if that's true, I don't blame him. If I saw, like, a really crappy show and they wanted me to be a part of it, I wouldn't do it at all. And I think the Blue Ranger from Power Ranger Samurai confirmed, hey, the Samurai cast is coming back. Really only 2 of them. Maybe 3 if you want to count Jane's little appearance in that one Super Megaforce episode. But it wasn't like, hey, we're going to adapt the Shinkenger vs. Ghost Ranger movie. Which they didn't even do. That's actually kind of weird that they didn't even adapt that crossover. Like, you could adapt that one. But, however, there were a bunch of Rangers saying, hey, I'm not coming back. Oh, me. Ren Fisher, the Lightspeed Rescue Titanium Ranger, actually posted a tweet on it, which I'll read now. Guess who was uninvited to do a cameo for Power Rangers Megaforce, and then uninvited the next week because of budget restrictions? Hashtag major letdown, hashtag titanium. Which, that is weird. Like, Megaforce was said to have the biggest budget in Power Rangers history, but it wasn't. And, not to mention, a lot of actors were actually uninvited after being invited. How does that make any sense? And same with the second Yellow Ranger, Karen Ashley, who I guess she was also uninvited, or decided not to come back. And why her? Simple. Tui Tren passed away years before this event. But as for the interview with Karen Ashley, here's the remaining footage.
They basically wanted us to fly and leave our situation for, 5 days. And the kicker was they only wanted to really pay us for 2. And the amount that they wanted to pay us for the 2 days, in my opinion, this may not be anybody else's opinion, was not enough for me to leave. because I would lose money. Point blank, period, whatever.
Whew. Ouch. Okay, she's got a good point, though. Like, a lot of actors didn't really come back because, simple, they weren't getting paid. Saban, you suck at paying people! And it wasn't even just her. Like, other Mighty Morphin Rangers felt the same way. Like David Yost, yes, he did return in Once and Always, but here's the thing. That was made by Hasbro, not Saban. And the reason he didn't return was pretty much because of a stupid, crappy leather, which... Sum up before I actually read to you. It's pretty much like, we can't pay you, but please come back. The fans will love it. And New Zealand is wonderful. Yeah.
Oh my God!
And trust me, it was a real stupid letter, as you will see right now. Dear Power Ranger, we had been entertaining the possibility of past Rangers joining us for the longest time, and didn't think it was possible due to so many requests from a number of past Rangers, as well as an overwhelming amount of requests from the fans, too. We, as a protection, talked it over and agree that it is a fabulous idea that we would like to make happen. Sorry about that. Trying to catch myself up. This is also a wonderful opportunity to acknowledge all of the loyal fans and thank them for their support for over 20 years. We want this to happen, and we want as many of you as possible over here with us. Next comes the nitty-gritty part of organizing such a task. The unfortunate reality is that including past Rangers was not part of our original budget. I'm sorry, what? They just said this was the biggest budget Power Rangers had. I do not want to believe that whatsoever. Sorry about that, but back to the story. In order to include as many of you as possible in this shoot, had trouble there. We do not have massive funds at the individual level to offer each of you. We do not hope that you bear this in mind as you consider our offer. Your travel will depart LA approx on May 22nd to arrive in New Zealand on May 24th. This day would be fitting. Then filming would take place on May 25th and 26th. May 27th would be a sightseeing day that we will organize with your flight departing that evening. Please consider what this would mean to the fans to have so many past Rangers together in the same place at the same time. New Zealand is a beautiful country, and the current Rangers and crew here would all be honored to have you join us for the special 20th anniversary. We will try our best for sunny weather while you're here too. We truly wish that we were able to offer you more, and we hope that you will still consider this opportunity to join us as a Ranger once again. It will be tremendous to welcome you here. Yeah, you can tell he did not want to be a part of that after hearing that letter. He even put this on one of his online accounts. I don't know which one. I really only have Instagram and Threads, so if you know, let me know. But he put, megafarts equals no for me. They lost me when they offer started Dear Power Ranger and had several grammatical errors. # done with abusive relationship. If you don't know what he means by that, he was heavily abused verbally on set, mostly during Zeo, sexual ways, actually. Yeah, I hope he didn't have to deal with that once and always. I don't think he did, because he actually stayed on for Cosmic Fury. I really feel so bad for him with all that verbal abuse, though. David, you're a cool man. And there's a decline letter, which, again, is the closest I can find to the letter. I'm not reading this thing. Because of how much I messed up on the last one. So, I'm not reading this. Y'all can read it. Pause video if you want. Yeah. Heck, even Steve Cardenas, the second Red Mighty Morphin Ranger, didn't decide to come back. And I'm going to read this one because I'm not going to read, long letters with paragraphs. So, yeah. So, here it is. He said, and I quote, The offer was too low, and there's not a lot of character development. Whew. Just basically going to be in the background as an extra. I would have loved to do it, but I could possibly take that amount of time away from my business for that little amount of money. I'm sorry, but I believe that it's them that's letting the fans down. Sorry, I just came back from running around. Because they wanted to get away with paying too little. I hope you understand. I understand. Whether they wanted him back as Zeo Blue or wanted him to be the Red Ranger for Mighty Morphin, why are they trying to pay these actors so low? I get Power Rangers is cheap, but again, this was set to have the biggest budget in the franchise. And it just shows that Saban just did not care about Power Rangers anymore. Like, he just didn't pay his actors well. Like, he's even done in the past. Like, reason why the original Red, Black, and Yellow Rangers left? Pay disputes. Saban wasn't paying them. Time Force Pink Ranger actor Erin Cahill even posted something out saying she didn't want to disappoint the fans, which I quote, "Oh no, I don't want the fans to be upset with me. I truly want to do it, but the show is not union anymore. The bottom line is I can't risk union status to do it. I have been so sad over not being able to. How can I reach out to my fans and let them know? XOXOE." Some didn't even return because of union stuff. Valerie Vernon, the actress for the Lost Galaxy Pink Ranger, said this: "1 month wasn't enough time, especially when you have kids. If I was given 2 or 3 months to plan for it, I could have gone. I'm so bummed. I was looking forward to seeing some of my old friends. Maybe they'll do another one soon. I'd love to be in the next one." Sadly, she did not return Dimensions in Danger, and did not get a cameo in Cosmic Fury. I would love to see a Lost Galaxy once and always, though. Hear me out. I know Power Rangers is pretty much done for as far as we know, but if they ever return, Lost Galaxy once and always. I'd love to see them all back together again. And two of the recent Samurai Rangers, Pink and Gold at the time, declined an offer. And there were Rangers that weren't invited at all, like the guy who played Bridge from SPD straight up said no one from his cast was invited back at all. Oh, and while we're talking SPD, SPD is technically going on right now, if you think about it, because the show actually takes place in 2025. God, I'm getting old! Even though I'm going to be 15. Jungle Fury Purple Wolf Ranger wasn't even invited either. Ninja Storm Red, Blue, and Green not invited, which that just makes me mad. Why not bring back Ninja Storm? Gokaiger had a Hurricaneer crossover. That would have been perfect to get one last Ninja Storm reunion before poor Omega Siva passed away, which rest in peace to him. But why would you not do that? Now there's never going to be a Ninja Storm once and always. No reunion for the cast whatsoever. And Megaforce wasted that opportunity. That deserves its own video, though. No one from Mystic Force, like the Green and Blue Ranger, were even invited. And the same goes for the Black RPM Ranger. Same thing with Philip Andrews, the guy who played the Wild Force Silver Ranger, which he actually did a whole video on that. He has his own YouTube channel, which I'll probably find a way to link, or at least tell you the name. The Lunar Wolf Den, that's what it's called. Would have loved to meet with Jason Font again and actually meet JDF. Even non-human rangers like Treya Triforia, the original Gold Ranger from Zeo, and even a whole team of aliens, the Alien Rangers, they weren't invited at all. Real dumb. And he made those characters. Saban made those characters pretty much. And again, remember, some people got uninvited, like Blake Foster. He was all getting ready for the show. He was uninvited. Same with Samurai Blue. I feel really bad for those people. They were like, "Hey, you want to come back? Never mind, we can't bring you back." Which, that gotta hurt them. They were getting ready. They were wanting to, wear their ranger suits and see their old castmates again one last time. But Saban ruined it. And the same goes for, Operation Overdrive Black, as mentioned earlier, but also the Yellow Ranger from that series, which they were some of the few Disney-era Rangers to return. Saban's got to be a Disneyist or anti-Disney. Because, he did not bring back anybody from the Disney era or do him any justice, at all. But then we got behind-the-scenes photos, which, this one right here, which I do not think that was originally going to be part of, the actual episode. I think that was, a just-for-fun thing, hey, they announced for Green Rangers, which, why didn't they do that for Jake? Who knows? But, yeah. And people were already complaining from the start, they got the silver stripe on the Green Ranger. I don't mind that. I like that design. I actually don't mind it at all. I don't know what y'all are complaining about. I love the silver stripe. Fight me. And they gave Yellow Ranger a skirt, which, that is weird. I get it's a female in America, but in Japan, Sensei version, the Yellow Ranger and G Ranger, was a dude. Which, that was weird. I don't know. Got some other behind-the-scenes photos, mostly of just the Legendary Rangers standing still. But that special pretty much showed, well, not special behind-the-scenes photos, that pretty much showed who was returning. We had Jason David Frank as Tommy Oliver once again. We had Hector David Jr. as Mike from Samurai. We also had
Selwyn Ward, first black leader of the Power Rangers,
as TJ Johnson again. But this time as in Space Blue, not as a Red Ranger again like we saw him last time. Why is he not put on his red suit when he came back? I don't know. Patricia J. Lee as in Space Pink. Jason Font as Time Force Red. Reggie Roll as Lost Galaxy Green. Danny Slavin as Leo from Lost Galaxy again. Emily Perkins as Carone, Galaxy Pink. Sean Johnson as Carter Grayson again. Allison McInnes as Dana, HP Pink. Brittany Pirtle, Samurai Yellow. There were some behind-the-scenes videos, but after that, it was pretty much dry. However, it was revealed that the episode would be premiering in France. Yes, that's France. It leaked online, and a lot of people were really disappointed. And then it aired in English, and people were even more disappointed, especially with the battle itself. This is their reaction to the battle in a nutshell.
Yeah, here we go. It's the moment I've been waiting for my entire life. Yeah. Get back to what I came for and yeah.
Love it every time, man.
Explosion. Get back to what I came for. I want to see Legendary Rangers, not these guys. Ha! Yay! Was that necessary? Yay! Whoa, oh my god, I'm getting sleepy. Yay! Brr.
Cracks me up every time. But I'll bet you I will take you.
Yay! They're fighting! They're just, wait, was that Tommy Oliver fighting? That Tommy, yay! Wait, it's ending already? Already? We barely saw any Rangers. We didn't even see any Green Ranger fighting. What the? It's over already? No! Don't destroy them! It should have gone on longer.
Yeah, that thing was really short. And, now I want to show people's reaction.
2 years. A 2-year-long wait for a rushed mess of a finale. Wow. Man. Holy cow. I give this season a 0 out of 10. Period.
You know, definitely some great things about Super Megaforce, but overall somewhat disappointing.
But oh man, that final act. Rushing through the one thing that all of us were waiting to see. The returning guests as Rangers and every Ranger fighting together in a big battle. I was seriously watching the final battle in awe, but it was just over so soon.
Overall, it was what I expected. It was gonna be bad. It was only gonna be 2 minutes legendary battle.
That was one failure of an episode. I wish I never saw it.
Phone calls and texts. Nope, I'm in the house watching Super Megaforce. This don't make no sense. The whole legendary battle, the nerve of Saban to put the words legendary in front of this vile piece of garbage that's disrespectful not only to the fans, but it's disrespectful to the previous Ranger actors from the past on multiple levels. I ain't had heartbreak this vicious since I was 15.
When the legendary fight happens, don't go to the bathroom. That thing is short. I mean, it's cool to see all these different Power Rangers running around fighting, but it is incredibly short. Look, I don't hate this episode. I don't hate this finale, but I expected more from it. You flew all these Rangers out. The fact that you're gonna have this legendary battle with all the different Rangers, I don't hate it. I just wanted more out of this.
Person that was waiting for my own opinion, to watch it myself, to put my own opinions. I'd say for me, it was more, I have enjoyed it, I have didn't. The reason being, the reason for all the Rangers from the past to come back, it just didn't seem like a good reason for them to come back.
I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm not going to say it's amazing. It is possibly the worst Power Ranger episode I have seen in a very long time, and I am very disappointed in this. After hearing this for 2 years and even having JDF say this is going to be epic, this was a massive letdown and I think a massive kick in the face to all Ranger fans.
There's so much wrong with the season that they could have done so much better, and I'm so happy.
This finale was trash. It was terrible, and you cannot be surprised at me saying this. This was fucking awful. Let me get this straight. This legendary battle only consists of foot soldiers. You called every Power Ranger team that we know about, even some teams we didn't fucking know about. You called every Ranger team in the past 21 years to fight some foot soldiers.
This episode did not really impress me at all, because they could have done a much more original final battle than the use of footage from Super Sentai 199 Great Battle. The final fight against Mavro should have been just like in Gokaiger. I think that a lot of things were rushed, and that's why Super Megaforce was not as successful as Megaforce.
Action is over. Throw down the action scene weapon. No characters, no people. The fight scenes are done, so who cares? That was super mega stupid.
To recap everything, basically, this fight was 6 minutes long. Yes, the Sentai version was technically 6 minutes, but that was all action. We saw action. 4 minutes of this is just talking, and 2 minutes is just action. Like, barely any fighting. The Megaforce Rangers and Orion are most of the original new footage, a couple of new Samurai footage, one new Turbo footage, but overall, not much new footage. And again, you see Sentai Rangers. I mean, Super Megaforce did have Sentai Ranger suits, but they're just here. Suck a megafart out of my rear end. Anyway, so, yeah. And there's not even a single Tommy fight. Like, he's all over the marketing and hype for this fight. And there's no footage of Green Ranger fighting. And for some reason, when the Ninja Rangers are fighting, they use Tommy's grunts. I guess they were really lazy. They couldn't even tell that wasn't Tommy. Or, they were just on meds and thought that was the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin. I don't blame them all that much. It's got gold armor. Yeah, and yes, I know it's the Green Samurai Ranger from Ninja Storm. Whew. Sorry, I'm a little exhausted. I've been working on this all day, but they are so lazy. They really thought that was Tommy. Do better! Oh, and for some reason, Robo Knight's here. Ain't he dead? I kind of dropped out of Super Megaforce after they defeated Prince Vekar. So I did not really know. But come on, you didn't even explain why Robo Knight was there. Why don't you just have Orion, as soon as he transforms into Super Megaforce Silver, have him go legendary into Robo Knight? Why not do that? Oh, and Titanium Ranger's mouthpiece, I do not know what's up with that. Why didn't they just digitally edit it? It kind of looks disturbing and unsettling if you think about it. Ooh. Oh, and there's an extended edition, but there wasn't really much added to the legendary battle itself. Yeah, there were more helmet scenes added, like a Corona Astronomo moment, but it was more stuff added to the Wrath, the episode before that, where it's, they added this legendary Ranger mode with the new powers, but Troy's in Mighty Morphin Red. And they had, a Dragon Shield moment, which that was cool, and a fight with Magro, but again, not much added to the actual fight. Why not add that type of stuff? Oh, and I forgot to mention, in both the extended version and regular version, Damon, Emily, and Mike, Reggie Roll, and the two Rangers that came back from Samurai, they didn't talk. Reggie Roll has gotta be super racist if you think about it. Oh my god, that is so racist. Oh my god. But my overall opinion on the episode, this sucks. It ruined Gokaiger. It was an insult to the fans, and it was an insult to the actors that have been a part of the legacy. Now we've had better anniversaries after this. Dimensions in Danger, Once and Always, and Cosmic Fury. Those are way better than Suck a Megafarts, Legendary Fartle. No, I can't say Fartle. Legendary Poop Battle. So you can poop the best. But here's the thing. I get, a lot you can't bring back. Some of them don't even like Power Rangers. Some have moved on. And here's the thing. I think the reason why a lot of people hate it is that they expected more from it. I think they expected more because of, all the hype saying, this is the biggest episode of Power Rangers ever! But in reality, it wasn't. I have talked about this whole thing more and longer than the actual fight itself. Oh my god, what am I gonna do with my life when I get older? Anyway, that's it. This episode is bad, and I wish I could go back in time and redo it. This should have happened in, the first episode of Super Megaforce, or have it happen in the last episode of the previous season, Megaforce. Have that be how it ends. Don't have Robo Knight die. Or look like he died. Just say, he got badly injured and he used the rest of his fighting in that fight, and all the Rangers lose their powers from it. Because that's what happened in the Sentai version. They just lost their powers. But, what can I do? What can I do to fix this? We will never know. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my edit I've made on the Legend War. Making it longer. And, see y'all next time. Goodbye.